Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. It is day 88, and the 11th day is the Dragoon for EDSS here in the Realm Reborn. And yesterday, we were able to take on some quests in and around Mordona in order to get ourselves up to experience level 49, the penultimate experience level for any warrior or magic class in the game. And so, we have come back here to Coerthas, and specifically to the Observatorium, to continue our Dragoon training with Sir Alberic. So, let's go ahead and speak with him. We're going to take on his next challenge, a level 45 challenge entitled Double Dragoon. Sir Alberic has been eagerly awaiting your arrival. I'm sure he has. Impeccable timing, Edie. A message arrived from Estinien but moments ago, much to my astonishment. He would trade words with us and bids us to meet him at Boldale Downs. As to his true intentions, I cannot say. It may well be a trap, but we must go nonetheless. I trust I can count on your company. Well, you won't get any complaints from me, so yeah, we want to go west to that massive crystalline formation that I showed off a couple days ago. And given the title of the quest that we're going to, I feel like some more appropriate music is required. Alright, yeah, might as well get you out of the way since we are being forced to fight you. And no opponent coming your direction. If it means getting you out of the way, then so be it. Because yeah, I do not want you running interference because of the conversation that is now acquired. So let's go ahead and do away with you, you freak of nature. There, you're gone. And also that you will no longer bother me, we can now move on. And so yeah, we have to stand on this precarious perch here. So let's go ahead and bide our time and wait for Estinien, who we first met back on day 78, 10 days ago. So, welcome to my all-time favorite scene in Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And hey, yes, Sir Alberic is indeed here. Glad to have you aboard. So where's the man we seek? Well, there he is on the opposite crystal. Hey there, Estinien. Greetings, Master. It has been too long. Estinien, end this folly at once. You must know that each second the air passes outside Ishgard walls brings us closer to a repeat of the tragedy of 20 summers past. Surrender yourself and the eye, and return with me to Ishgard before it is too late. To which he is immediately refused. Oh, but it is already too late, Master. For you see, Nidhogg is already awakened. Ah, that's not good. What?! Hear me, Master. You have mistaken the cause of the dragon's return. The air is not to blame. A premonition came to me by virtue of the dragon within, warning me that the great realm would soon rouse. Even as he slumbered, Nidhogg seethed with irrepressible rancor for that wound of 20 years ago. That rancor will send him flying as a speeding arrow to Ishgard, whereupon death and devastation will ensue. But there is a possible solution. Were they are taken to a remote land, far from the Holy See, then and only then could destruction be averted and the lives of innocent Ishgardians be spared. You mean to make a bet of yourself? Nay, there is more to this than you l'attend. You seek vengeance for Fendel. To me, the two are one and the same. You know my past better than any else. It was for no other reason than to avenge my family that I became a Dragoon. Dragons long outlive men and do not soon forget the wrongs done them. What grudge they harbor burns as a fire in their hearts, over time swelling into an unquenchable inferno. You need only look back on history to see that Nidhogg grows stronger with each awakening. When last he darkened our skies, the Great Realm came within a hair's breadth of laying waste to Ishgard. Not short of death will prevent him from completing his mission when next he wakes. Nidhogg took everything from me. Now I shall take everything from him, even if it means my life. And so, the eye works in ways men can ill comprehend, but this much is plain. In choosing two Azure Dragoons in one generation, it means for us to join together in common cause. Adventurer, you have held my resolution. Now I ask that you lend me your power. The power of the dragon. In the long and proud history of Ishgard, never before have two Azure Dragoons arisen in the same era to fight as one. This is our best, nay, our only chance to send the Great Realm to eternal slumber. Behold my armour. This is the Dragon mail, forged in the lifeblood of dragons. As blood calls to blood, so too does the armor call to the dragon within, redoubling with the wearer's strength thereby. If you would realize your potential as an Azure Dragoon, you must needs clad yourself in the same. Clad solely when inherit the technique passed from Azure Dragoon to Azure Dragoon down through the generations. Then and only then will your training be complete. But first you must win the Dragon mail, as Sir Alberic and I did before you, by proving yourself worthy in the ultimate trial of the Azure, a series of battles so harrowing as to send the unworthy to an early demise. Master, once the adventurer acquires the armor, pray see to it that he learns to harness the power of the dragon in full. Estinien, wait! Save your worries. I do not mean to make myself easy prey for dragons. I take my leave of you. And yeah, so away he goes. Back to wherever it is he plans on going. But yeah, the guy who has stolen the eye of the dragon now wants us to help him. And we have to speak with Alberic back over at the observatorium. So we might as well go back there right now. So, back to the east. Yeah, we get to leave this place, but yeah, that is my favorite scene in the game. If for no other reason than the fact that it's just such an epic scene in an epic location. It's the three of us all both standing on those massive crystal formations, trying to talk it out. Well, Alberic and Estinien mostly, of course, being the adventurer and having no actual texts or words of my own. I'm essentially the third wheel in that conversation. But, given the circumstances, I cannot afford to be a third wheel when it comes to combating the threat that is Nidhogg. And so we must obtain the armor, a similar set of armor that Estinien was wearing. So you saw what he was wearing, now I have to get it for myself. So that is the purpose of the next day, of this day, and it could very well be 2. Though, because we will need to get to experience 50 to complete the Dragoon training in full, I imagine that after we complete the first set of challenges, we'll go back to the main storyline, grind up to level 50, and then we'll come back here to complete the Dragoon training. But for now, let's speak with Sir Alberic. Estinien. Forgive me, I was deep in thought. Now then, as to acquiring the armor of which Estinien spoke. At first it was my intention to bequeath mine own armor to you. I am an Azure Dragoon no longer, and its powers are wasted on me. It would be simple enough to hand it over to you and complete your training right here and now. But it is as Estinien said, the Dragon armor is no older than a set of mail. Its strength derives from the dragon's blood whence it came, the blood's power resonating with the soul of the wearer. Though I can no longer draw upon my own armor's power, its bond to me was forged years ago. Were I to bestow it on you now, I fear it would offer but a scintilla of the protection it afforded me in those bygone days. Estinien has the right of it. You must claim your armor as he and I did before you. You must complete the shards of the Azure, that the powers of dragon's blood be yours and yours alone. The ogre's belly will be where your final test begins. I shall dispatch Sir Bruce Mont there. Seek him out upon your arrival. And so, here we go. Required to begin the set of trials required to obtain the Dragoon armor, to which there are 5 pieces. The mail itself, gauntlets, leggings, greaves, and a helmet. There is no weapon involved, you provide that on your own account. So, off to what I guess will be Camp Dragonhead, on, as usual, a snowy night in Coerthas, although before I started recording it was snowing harder, so, you know, the snow has eased up a bit. But yeah, to no one's real surprise, it is snowing in Coerthas. And boy, I could sure go for some snow right now. You know, we just came off of our first 90-degree day of the year. Over 30 degrees for those of you who live in Canada, as I do, but yeah, I gotta make sure that the Americans can understand what I'm talking about, so I have to use Fahrenheit as well. But yeah, we had our first 90-degree day a few days ago. And given how summers usually go around here, it probably will not be the last 90-degree day we get. So off to the east now. In pursuit of the whereabouts of Sir Bruce Mont. Yeah, he's going to be in the Ogre's Belly to the northwest. Or the northeast, rather. Which means I have to pursue a similar path as what I've done before. And that will mean going towards where the Ixal are based, that's Nidhogg, and then starting to head northward. We want to go by this Ixal encampment and make sure I'm actually going the correct way in doing it. And we won't have to worry about the level 37 enemies. There will be no threat from them. And we're not going to bother dirtying our hands with the Fate. Even though, because those 34 will-o-wisps are feral, I do believe that they very well could run interference. Let's hope it does not come to that. Alright, the Taurus is going to pursue me. Alright, disengage from the Chocobo. I'm gonna get out my... I'm gonna use the Geisel Green again to summon my Chocobo into battle. Because obviously, considering what we're doing, we're gonna probably need his assistance. But to be honest, I will not be surprised if it turns out I can't use it. In fact, I'm not even gonna bother. Because I pretty much get the feeling this has to be all on me. So let's speak with Sir Bruce Mont. You have gone strong since we last met, adventurer, but you pale in comparison with your Azure forebears. If you would prove me wrong, let your lance do the talking. And so, like before, he will send an enemy after us, in this case a level 45 unspeaking swordsman, who proceeds to use the ability known as King's Will to boost his attack strength. So let's deal with that issue. Avoid the Iron Justice special ability, because that thing can hurt. And then, let's go ahead and finish him off here. Yeah, because yeah, he hasn't mounted much of an offense, and he's not going to. Yeah, as far as I'm speaking, he's also incapable. Alright, so Bruce Mont. Once again, adventurer, you have proven yourself worthy beyond my expectations. Take this, but know that your trial has only just begun. Your next challenge lies in the chamber beyond. Sir Hustien awaits you there. Yes, we have to go further inside. So we got the Dragon breeches, which are the leggings. Now I want to go further into the cave, because that is what's required of us. We'll try and avoid the will-o-wisps. And here is Sir Lady Estinien right here. You have fallen out on the Dragoon armour? Then prove to us that you are not to do with dishonor. And so now for her monster. At level 45, Giant Captive, which I will wait for it to come to me so that as to not bring the Feral Taurus into play. And I don't know what the heck you're doing. Okay, you're just launching something. And I was right to wait it out, because yeah, the Taurus is starting to approach. It was a good call. Let's launch you, and then start to overwhelm you. Yeah, we're gonna take you out as quickly as we can there, Giant Captive. Yeah, you won't be a Giant Captive for much longer, for before too long, you will just be a giant that is simply dead. And there it is. That's 2 trials down. Let's speak with Estinien. Sir Albrecht said the eye has chosen you, and it would appear he speaks true. The armour is yours. Wear it with pride and honor. Your trial is not complete, but be forewarned. Many before you have made it this far only to fall at the final challenge. Do not let overconfidence be your downfall. So now we have to go to Sir Brucemont again, because he's moved further down, so we now have a set of gauntlets. So now down at the far end of the tunnel, Sir Brucemont. So you've made it this far. Very well. Prove yourself worthy of the Agile, or die in the effort. And next up, a 45 Gigas Captive. Or Gigas Captive. I've heard it pronounced both ways. In Final Fantasy XII and in White Knight Chronicles, so I'm familiar with both pronunciations. I don't know if either or both are correct, but that's not important right now. What's important is that we slaughter this Gigas/Gigas and eliminate it so that I can get piece of armor number 3. Oh, you're certainly putting up more of a fight than the 2 monsters that came before you. Nonetheless, you're still dead. Alright, Sir Brucemont. You have demonstrated your powers to me beyond a doubt. There is not an Ishgardian who will gainsay your right to don the armor of dragons. I shall send a word ahead to Sir Albrecht that you have passed your trials here. It is he who will present you with the 4th piece of armor and consummate your training. Go now, my fellow Dragoon, and deliver this land from the Great Worm's wrath. So, let's start by speeding things up by warping out of here. And then we can just ride back to Sir Albrecht. And we're actually getting this done quite quickly. We're not even 20 minutes in. This next part, though, this next part that I'm going to be doing, this one actually kind of confused me for a while. In fact, the way it was set up, I actually had myself in a situation where I thought I was standing in the right place, but it turns out I wasn't, and it once again came down to a confusion issue with the map, and it left me just wandering and losing my mind for hours. I vented my frustrations out in the Final Fantasy XIV forums about where the heck I could possibly find the last challenge that Sir Albrecht wanted me to do, and yeah, as it turns out, as I mentioned before, it had to do with an issue with reading the map. Yeah, it kept me up an entire night before a workday to figure it out. Like, I went to bed and then I just couldn't sleep because that last trial that Sir Albrecht sent me on was driving me nuts because I didn't know where I was supposed to be positioned. But I finally figured it out, and when I did, it was just a huge sigh of relief. And so, I was definitely grateful, believe you me when I say that. So, back here to the Observatorium to meet up with Sir Albrecht again, because we now possess 3 of 5 pieces of Dragon armor. Sir Albrecht, I hear from Sir Brucemont that you perform most impressively. Yes, I stand more convinced than ever that you will be the one to save our land. Yet be warned, Didi, one last trial awaits you. You will face this trial in the presence not of knights, But of course, make your way towards the Steel Vigil and seek out a gravestone north and west of the structure. Take with you this flute, and when you reach your destination, blow a single strong note. A visitor shall soon arrive. Entertain your guest, and should he leave behind a present, return it here to me. And so, costing us 100 gil again, but worth every penny. Worth every gil. So, yeah, the Steel Vigil is back north of the of Camp Dragonhead, so we have to go this direction anyway, so it's just faster to do it this way. Just makes life a whole lot easier. Just waiting on my return. There it is. Summon my Chocobo again. And this time, to the north. Before we're going east, this time we go north. Up in the direction of the Steel Vigil. Specifically, we want to go over there. Actually, hold on, I don't think that's it. Because, yeah, there's another part of this. Yeah, something doesn't feel right. Because the way they set it up, that this one particular challenge that is in my mindset right now, the way that it was positioned threw me off. But yeah, I don't think this is the one. It was something else. Yeah, if I remember, there are 2 level 45 challenges, not just one. Yeah, because I do this, and then there's another level 45 challenge. So, touch down. And let's go ahead and play the flute. I'm not good at playing the flute, but it did bring out the enemy. That is right over here, a level 45 Grey Wine. That will proceed to try and shock me with thunder and lightning, but it's not going to happen. Not on my watch! Never! I shall lay waste to you, Grey Wine. And wonder why you do not have any red wine. Why is your wine grey? Wine is supposed to come in red or white, not grey. Because yeah, if you have grey wine, those definitely have to be the moldiest grapes ever. Alright. Back to the camp. Yeah, those would have to be the moldiest grapes ever in order to make wine. In fact, I don't even think you could legally do that. But hey, don't blame me for naming the creature that it was named as. That's all Square Enix. That has nothing to do with me. I just play the game as we go along. Alright, summon my Chocobo. So my invisible Chocobo, now he's visible. Yeah, as we ride through the night here in Coerthas. Ah, the snow, it is so beautiful. There truly is nothing like it in the world. Well, there's nothing like it here in the world that is the Realm Reborn. But yes, we are about to complete the Double Dragoon challenge. And in so doing, get ourselves one step closer to obtaining everything we require. So, yeah, it certainly looks like there are a lot of people riding their Chocobos tonight. You gotta wonder how cold the Chocobos must be feeling in this -10. Now, I keep saying -10 weather. I'm just guessing. I don't know what the temperature could really be. That's simply just a ballpark guess. Alright, so Abric, all done with that challenge. Your presence before me indicates you have seen to the visitor. Have you what to show for your deeds? Does this count? Ah, the Skull of Greywan, old warrior of the Javanian horde. It's said that in Asia's past he could bring down a castle with a single breath. His strength had dwindled since those days, but a dragon past his prime is a formidable foe nonetheless. In slaying him, you have proved yourself worthy of this. You now possess 4 pieces of the armor that Estinien, myself, and our forebears did well. While you doubtless wonder about the 5th, I can tell you only that it is not mine to give. Fear not, however. Your triumphs in the trials and against the Dragon of the Cold give evidence that Dragon blood now resonates with yours. Yes, you stand before me as prepared for your ultimate challenge as any could be. And yet before we proceed, I would hear from your own lips. The Great Rome's power is the stuff of legends. Have you truly resolved to fight this battle, to risk your own life to deliver a foreign land from the clutches of its ancient foe? When you are certain that your mind is settled, return and speak to me. So with that challenge completed, we can now take Sir Alberic's next challenge, and it is not the level 50. It is the level 45 challenge entitled Fatal Seduction. Sir Alberic would ask you to reaffirm your commitment to do battle with the Great Worm. So you would draw our strength to Estinien, that Ishgard might be free from the rage of the Great Worm forevermore. Then I shall honor my promise. You shall have full use of your powers by the time we are done. Before we begin, there is something I must needs confess. You will recall the tale of my battle with Nidhogg 20 years past, and how the power of the dragon left me on account of the injuries I sustained. What I said was an untruth. The power did not abandon me, Edie. It was I who abandoned it. Being derived from our mortal enemies, the power of the ancient Dragoon is a double-edged sword. Even as it lends us the strength we need to smash dragons, it heightens our communion with the creatures, rendering our minds more susceptible to their seduction than ordinary men. Even as I buried my lance in Nidhogg's flesh, our gazes looked, and mine eyes met, then with a look that would fair impale a man. In that instant, I found myself assailed by a torrent of emotions not mine own. Sorrow, rancor, pity, they threatened to drown the man in me and leave behind the dragon. Fearing that I might turn traitor, I chose to purge myself of the power that the eye had bestowed upon me. Thus, regaining lucidity, I was able to rout the grievously wounded Nidhogg. Alas, countless of his brethren yet remained, as if to mock me. They fell upon Vendée with a vengeance. Bereft of my power, it was all I could do to save but one child. Nary a soul knows of this, nay, not even Estinien, but I can keep him in the dark no longer. At our last meeting, Estinien said that protecting Ishgard and exacting revenge on Nidhogg are as one to him. That frame of mind, I fear, may well lead to his demise. The desire to protect and the desire to avenge are opposing forces that can ill be reconciled. Worse, the latter serves only to cloud his sense of self. When next Estinien and I meet, I intend to confess all, though it may lay in the loss of his own good opinion. The outcome of the coming battle, and his very life, may well depend upon his readiness to relinquish his powers. Never allow yourself to forget the origin of your strength. Ever does the dragon lurk behind your eyes, biding its time, ready to claim you for its own. Aught less than complete conviction, and you will find yourself in its vast-like clutches. So forewarned, let us return to our present endeavor. Yeah, it certainly seems ominous what we're getting ourselves into, but this is what needs to be done in order to get the Advanced Warrior class in its entirety. My promise to Estinien was that I would impart upon you the technique that will mark you as a true Ezreal Dragoon. If you will know the truth, however, this knowledge is not within my power to bestow. No, you must claim the technique much as you claimed the 4th piece of the armor you bear, by proving yourself in battle with the dragons whose power you would reunite with your own. I entrust you with this flute once more. Take it to the southwest of Providence Point and blow a single note. By locking wheels with your adversary and prevailing, you will prove yourself worthy to champion the cause to which your lance is sworn. The dragon within you shall then awaken. So where we have to go is up here to this spot. And this is the spot that drove me nuts for a very, very, very long time. I'm going to disengage from my chocobo, and I'm just going to teleport over to Camp Dragonhead to make this faster. Especially since I have seen in the text box in the lower left-hand corner a warning that a fate will be going soon the direction of where I need to go. It's a 3-part fate and one of the toughest ones out there, and you need to make it a point to, if you're going to take on something like this, you better get it done quick. or else you are going to get caught in the wake of this particularly difficult fate, and you may end up being forced to regret it. So yeah, we want to go to... I want to go north. I need to go north. Because yeah, I made the mistake of going west because of how the map was reading, but I actually want to go north. I want to go north. Okay, this is that fate I was talking about. This is the fate I was referring to, and so hopefully we can get this done so that that fate will not run interference with what I'm doing. So, over here is where we will find our solution. Stuff is going into my throat that it shouldn't be there. But we will weave around these ornery caracoles and get ourselves to the required destination, which is over here. Yeah, this is the spot that, after many hours of probing and prodding, I finally was able to discover. Yeah, because I originally thought, based on the map, that you had to stand down there. You had to stand beneath these cliffs. But no, you actually have to stand up here. So, now that we are here, let's use that flute again. And take on a level 45 Coerthas. Here we go. Now, you're not going to get me with your special ability? No way. I forbid it. Now, we're going to need to get rid of this dragon so that it cannot threaten us in any way, shape, or form. And we can move on to the final parts of the challenges to become a full-fledged Dragoon. However, as I said, it cannot be done completely until I get to experience level 50. We can save that for another time. So there we go. So, return the flute to Albrecht and get ourselves the last part of this level 45 situation complete. No! Yeah, it takes all but one. You only need one to stay alive. Yeah, let that go back inside. Let's find that entrance into Camp Dragonhead so we can start heading south. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, reading the map wrong. Reading the map wrong. Yeah, this is where I want to go. Want to run alongside the Gargantuan. And yeah, he certainly is that. That would be a Rogadin guy, clearly. Myself, just a simple hewer, but a simple hewer that is one step closer to becoming a fully fledged Dragoon, and that is not bad. So let's run alongside this guy, representing the 501st Free Company. Don't know what the proper name of it is in full, but I'm sure we could probably look it up if I ever come across one of their like again. Yeah, I'm just gonna follow in his tail feathers. But we are getting close to our destination, which is of course the Observatorium. Yeah, it's always cool when you can run alongside someone, be it in a quest or outside of one. It just makes the fact that you're playing an MMORPG all that much more enriching. Right, disembark from the Chocobo and speak with Albrecht one more time. It is good to see you safely returned. I take from your bearing that the engagement went favorably. Well, it is true. Here you go. You left this place as a man-eater, but you return as a dragon. There is no more for me to teach you. From here, your battle is yours, and yours alone. Now, you might recall me saying that the fifth and final piece of the Dragon armor was not mine to give. However, that is not wholly true. I could guide you in the direction of that which you seek. That said, I yet have reservations. The sheer power of the dragon housed within is such that many a great of your Asia forebearers, myself among them, have proven hopelessly incapable of wielding it. But I do not doubt what I see. Within you has awakened a strength that forever eluded the likes of me. If you are not worthy of wearing the armor, then I know none who are. Remember my warning to you, Edie, and heed it well. Nidhogg is a lord among his kind. Aught less than complete conviction, and you will surely fall under his thrall. Before you can master your foe, you must needs master yourself. Hone your lance until it can bear no further honing. Then present yourself to me. When the time has come, I will tell you what you need to know. I look forward to our next meeting, my young Dragoon. And so with that, we gain the 12,420 experience points, plus a new ability called Power Surge, which allows me to get enhanced strength for a short period of time to any of my Dragoon special abilities. So, your inner dragon grows stronger. Indeed it does. And so, as mentioned before, it is not until we gain one more experience level that we can get the dragon armor and everything else in full. So, that will take care of our Dragoon training for now. As it stands, we are still needing about 500,000 experience points to get up to experience level 50. And I think I will actually... I was thinking about doing this after we free Minfilia and the other signs of the 7th Dawn, but no, I'm thinking that I'll do the grinding now, get to level 50, and then speak with Sir Alberic again, and we'll go ahead and end this so that I can indeed become a fully fledged Dragoon. Then, on day 90, we'll go take on the challenge to rescue Minfilia and the signs of the 7th Dawn. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, I will be at experience level 50, and we will go on to take the final challenge to become a fully fledged Dragoon by going one-on-one with the evil Nidhogg. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.